Once there was a young thief named Ravi who had followed in his father's footsteps. His father had been a skilled thief all his life, and Ravi had learned the tricks of the trade from him. On his deathbed, Ravi's father gave him his final piece of advice. "Son, I've spent my whole life stealing. You've taken up the same path, and I won't stop you. But remember one thing, never enter a temple, an ashram, or any religious place, even by mistake. If you ever set foot in such a place, your days as a thief will be over." Ravi etched those words deep into his mind. His father passed away soon after, and Ravi carried on with his life as a thief. One night, Ravi sneaked into a wealthy merchant's house. He expertly picked the lock and slipped inside. Carefully avoiding any noise, he opened the cupboard and started filling his bag with gold and jewels. But just as he was about to leave, a loud noise startled him. "Thief! Thief!" someone shouted. The household woke up, and soon guards were chasing after him. Ravi ran for his life, his heart pounding in his chest. He darted through narrow alleys and streets, trying to shake them off. While running, he spotted an ashram nearby. His father's warning echoed in his mind. Never enter a religious place. But with the guards closing in, he had no choice. He rushed inside and hid behind a pillar. Inside the ashram, a chanting was taking place. A saintly figure was speaking to a crowd. Ravi, desperate not to hear anything that might weaken him, covered his ears with his hands. But no matter how hard he tried, his ears caught one statement: "Gods and goddesses have no shadow." Ravi was confused, but quickly brushed off the thought. After all, he had bigger problems. The guards. Despite his clever hiding, the guards eventually caught Ravi and dragged him to the king's court. Ravi stood before the king, his hands tied, but his expression calm. The king glared at him and said in a sharp voice, "Did you steal from the merchant's house?" Ravi remembered his father's second advice: never admit to stealing, no matter what. He shook his head confidently. "No, Your Majesty, I didn't steal anything." The king's ministers were puzzled. According to the kingdom's law, punishment could only be given if the accused confessed to the crime. The ministers began whispering among themselves, trying to figure out how to extract the truth. One of the senior ministers suggested, "We need to test his faith. Let's find out which deity he worships." The investigation revealed that Ravi worshipped goddess Durga. A clever plan was devised to trick him into a confession. That night, a skilled con artist was dressed up as goddess Durga. She wore a dazzling red sari, carried a golden trident, and sat upon a fake lion. Special lighting created a glowing aura around her. The guards opened Ravi's prison door, and a bright light filled the room. The goddess entered, her voice echoing through the room. "Ravi, my devotee, I have come to save you. But first tell me the truth. Did you steal from the merchant's house?" Ravi was stunned. His heart raced as he bowed before the goddess. Tears filled his eyes as he said, "Oh, Mother, you've come to protect me." But then, something caught his eye. The shadow of the goddess cast on the floor. Suddenly, Ravi remembered the words he had heard at the chanting. "Gods and goddesses have no shadow." His sharp mind immediately understood that he was being tricked. He stood up straight and said, "Mother, if I had stolen something, you would have known it already. Why ask me?" The goddess faltered for a moment. The king's guards, hidden behind the door, were listening closely. Ravi added, "Besides, gods and goddesses have no shadow. If you are truly the goddess, Why do you have a shadow?" The con artist froze. The trick had failed. The king and his ministers were amazed by Ravi's quick thinking and cleverness. The king ordered Ravi's immediate release. As Ravi left the court, he reflected on what had happened. "I only heard one line during the chanting, that gods and goddesses have no shadow, and it saved my life." That day, something changed within him. He realized that if just one line of truth from a chanting could save him, how much better his life would be if he lived by those teachings every day. From that day on, Ravi left behind his life of crime. He began attending chantings regularly and started living an honest life. He used the cleverness he had gained from being a thief to help others instead. Years later, Ravi became known as a wise and generous man in the kingdom. People came to him for advice, and his past as a thief became nothing but a distant memory. The right teachings, even if heard just once, can have the power to transform your life. Ravi's cleverness as a thief helped him survive many challenges, but it was the single truth he heard at the chanting that ultimately saved him. This shows that wisdom and truth have the strength to guide us even in the toughest situations. Honesty and clever thinking, when combined with good values, can turn a person's life around. Surrounding yourself with good company, listening to positive teachings, and living a life of truth and integrity can lead you to a path of peace and success.